So Hilton Grand Vacations finally closed on their agreement to purchase Diamond Resorts from Apollo. What does it mean for you as maybe an investor and especially as an owner? Let's talk about it. Coming right up. Hello and welcome to Destination Timeshare. I'm Jeremy, and before we get started talking about Hilton Grand Vacations closing on its acquisition of Diamond Resorts, I just want to let you know on this channel, I like to provide my knowledge, tips, and advice to help you get the most from your timeshare ownership. And I also do some industry news and some timeshare commentary as well. So today we're going to be talking about Diamond Resorts being purchased by Hilton Grand Vacations. And in fact, behind me, it's kind of fitting, is Scottsdale's Villa Mirage by Diamond Resorts. We're not actually staying there. We're staying here, a different property right next door. But yeah, so the deal is done. Hilton Grand Vacations now owns Diamond Resorts. So what does that mean for shareholders, for investors in Diamond Resorts and in Hilton Grand Vacations? Well, Diamond Resorts was previously owned by Apollo. They essentially sold their stake in Diamond Resorts to Hilton Grand Vacations. Now, they really didn't necessarily sell it. They essentially are now getting 28% control of shares in Hilton Grand Vacations. That means 34.5 million new shares were issued to be provided to Apollo as part of the deal. So not really any cash kind of traded hands here. This is all stock deal. Funny money maybe. Anyway, we won't get into that. But yeah, so this deal is done. So you have basically everybody was giddy on August 2nd. You had the CEO of Hilton Grand Vacations all happy. Hey, we just closed our deal on Diamond Resorts. Sure, Apollo was just as happy as well because they're getting 28% control of Hilton Grand Vacations. So yeah, what does this mean to you now as an owner? I did do a video about this back in March, I think it was, when they announced this arrangement to acquire Diamond Resorts. I'll put a link to it right up here. But quite honestly, we don't really know a whole lot more today than we did back then. They are saying that they plan to have kind of integrations done sometime 2022, but what does integrations mean exactly? Integrations could just be talking about integrating like HR, accounting, IT functions, those kind of things. And they did mention that they expect to have about $125 million in cost savings by bringing all those functions together in a 24-month period. So yeah, when you hear about integrations, don't think if you're an owner, you're talking about Hilton owners being able to book Diamond Resorts and Diamond owners being able to book Hilton Resorts. That may simply not be the case. As a Diamond or Hilton Grand Vacations owner, well, it's really kind of still anybody's guess. There's really no real news other than combined, there's over 700,000 owners and 154 properties. So there's likely going to be some more options in the future to book additional properties. Now, how is it going to play out here? There's obviously a lot more Diamond owners right now, and they're probably going to want to book all those nice fancy Hilton Grand Vacation Club properties in the future. So will there be more competition within kind of their clubs for that inventory to book up those Hilton Grand Vacation Club resorts? You know, they have those wonderful ones in Hawaii, in Waikiki, on the Big Island. They have some in Orlando. They have them in other places as well. So what are the thoughts on that? Is it going to be a little bit harder for Hilton owners to book their Hilton ownership, at least through points? I mean, obviously, if you own a week, you're guaranteed a week. But if you're going into the points game and trying to book points in the systems, you might have a little bit more difficulty. Really don't know because nothing's been announced. And really, I think it'll be a while before anything happens, because how long has Marriott been at it trying to merge Marriott Vacation Club with Sheraton Vacation Club and with Westin Vacation Club? It's not an easy task while still protecting current ownership rights and balancing out, giving new options. Essentially, they're going to probably require you to buy something new direct from Hilton Grand Vacation Club in order to kind of take advantage of this kind of combined program. They're definitely not going to let you have it for free, are they? The name of the game here is to try and cover their $1.4 billion acquisition. And yeah, so that's just kind of how it's probably going to play out. I expect some changes in the future. And what does this mean for Hilton, which has kind of been the one last holdout of the major hotel timeshare chains that doesn't have a trust-based product. All of theirs is still essentially weeks-based with an overlay points program, no trust program. Diamond, they have a number of trusts. They have like a North American trust, they have a Hawaii trust, a number of trusts that they have that have combined their inventory for owners to own in the individual trusts, and then they have kind of their DEX and also their point system to book between the trusts different resorts that you might want to go to as a Diamond owner. Hilton doesn't have that. They do have their points program, but it's essentially just an company exchange program overlay on top of a weeks-based system. So I do suspect some type of new trust-based program from Hilton Grand Vacations. They have talked about rebranding a number of the Diamond resorts into Hilton Grand Vacations. So I think as you see them doing that, kind of any reacquired inventory, new inventory at these resorts might go into a trust-based program. I just don't see how they can be a holdout any longer on a trust-based ownership program. Even though I'm not a fan of them myself, it obviously makes sense from a sales perspective. Being able to essentially just sell points, you can put the crappiest of crappy weeks in there and still people will buy it because they're going to buy for Hawaii. Obviously they can't put all crappy weeks in there with high maintenance fees, because then obviously the maintenance fees are really high on this trust product, but that is a problem that all of the other trusts seem to have as well. Something to consider. A trust-based product is probably in the future, at least from my speculation, from the way I'm kind of looking at it. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe there isn't, but it's just kind of the way I think they're going to go. So are you a Diamond or Hilton Grand Vacations owner? Let me know your thoughts all about this completed acquisition now that it's official down in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos all about timeshare, check out the description box below. And for another video all about timeshare industry news, let's talk about Marriott Vacations Worldwide acquiring Welk Resorts right up here. And YouTube, they think you'll like that video down there. Be sure to subscribe. You can do so by clicking on my picture right here. Hit that notification bell. And remember, the best destination is always a timeshare.